Hello to anybody who watches this. Today I want to make a chess video, and this time it should be exclusively about chess because basically as I've said before, my channel has no clear direction, so really I can do whatever I want. And today I really want to make a chess video because that is something that I've been wanting to do like forever, or at least do it properly. And I thought, okay then, if I want to make a chess video, then what should it be about? And in the end I chose to do it about a study that you can see on the screen right now. And if you notice, you see here that I have plugged in my chess engine Stockfish here, which states that black is indeed winning in this position, at least according to the engine. But that's the thing. The stipulation of this study is that white is to move and win. Which is kind of weird because usually chess computers are known for being pretty good at chess, and this Stockfish 10, which is one of the best chess engines in the world, seems to think that black is the one actually winning in this position, as you can see here indicated from the top 3 lines. And I even let it sit here for a while. It's even on depth 37 right now, which is quite high. It's been chugging along for several minutes and it still cannot seem to find the way that white wins in this position. And that is one of the aspects which I find so fascinating about this particular chess study. It's so difficult that even chess computers cannot solve it. And really, what is the solution then? Well, let's see if the computer catches on eventually. So, the first move is knight f6 check, exclamation point. So, we quickly realize that black doesn't really have many options here. For instance, if black's king were to move to g6, then white can play bishop h5, covering the vital f7 square here, followed by queening here. Because, as you can see in the starting position here, white would very much like to make a queen, but that runs into knight f7 check, forking king and this newly promoted queen. So really, white cannot go for this line. White has to do something else, and that's why knight f6 is the first move. And we see that, okay, king g6 doesn't work because bishop h5 check enables white to get the queen in the end. And going to the 8th rank here, well, it's obviously bad because then white can promote with check and win that way very easily. So really, black has only one move, and the computer sees it immediately. King g7. And still, computer says, this is completely fine for black. In fact, this is completely winning for black, as you can see here. -7 is the computer's score here. That's insanely high of an evaluation for a computer. The computer just thinks this position is completely crushing for black. And now, okay, the computer has at least found the best move now, knight h5 check. And of course it realizes that king g6 is the only move. And let's check again. Okay, king f7, well then we just promote and get a free queen. And if we go king h7, then bishop c2 check will force black's king back to the 8th rank, after which we have d8 queen with check. So it's quite obvious that black really needs to go upwards. Now let's see if the computer finally understands what the correct move in this position is. Yeah, doesn't seem like it really understands this position very well at all, because it doesn't seem to understand the power of one particular idea that white has in this position. The correct move is bishop c2 check. Now the computer will finally understand after some thinking. Let's see if it gets it now. There, at depth 25, it finally realizes that this position is indeed winning for white. And the point is that after this capture, now we can promote the queen. And really, now you see that black is suggesting here that, or rather, the computer is suggesting that you can't actually go and fork king and queen like you could previously. You have to go on an adventure with a king, but then this queen will be able to dominate the position, and after that it's basically just game over. And black's king is too exposed. When white's queen is too powerful, it's just game over if black doesn't try to take the queen, and that is something that the computer realizes. But this still raises the question, what's the point? Why can't black play this? Well, as it turns out, now black gets checkmated by force. So let's see what happens. King e6, very important move. And we take the queen. Now, black is 2 pieces and 3 pawns up, which is a huge amount of material. But when we play this move, we realize that black's king here is kind of stuck. It has absolutely no squares available. Meanwhile, white is threatening checkmate in 2 with bishop d1 check, followed by bishop takes e2. So black really needs to stop this. And now white just keeps on maneuvering the bishop around in order to gain access to a diagonal to just give a check, because giving a check in this position is lethal. Bishop e4. Now black promotes to a knight here, covering the f3 square. And now white just maneuvers around to get to another square on this diagonal, or this diagonal. So we go bishop d5, planning to go through c4 to e2. And there is really only one way to stop this. So we need to go to c2, and white plays bishop c4, and now we promote to another knight. It's the only way to stop the mate here. So now white goes to this diagonal instead, trying to hit on e8 with bishop b5. Now threat is bishop e8 checkmate, so black needs to cover that one. And now we go to a4 with the bishop, hinting at going bishop d1. And black really cannot stop this anymore. Now the bishop will enter the diagonal, and it's going to be deadly. So the best black can do is stall, and we just have a quick checkmate. Checkmate. Fantastic. I find this completely fascinating, this idea. Just sacrificing the queen and knight in such a manner that white does in this solution. All to trap black's king on the edge of the board where it can be checkmated. It's completely fantastic. If you want to know more about this study, you should search Gijs van Breukelen 1990, because Gijs van Breukelen is the one who was credited with composing this study, even though there are rumors that it existed before 1990. So it's not really 100% clear what the origins of this study is, but what is 100% clear is that it's a very nice study, and it's so difficult that even one of the best computers in the world cannot solve it. And really, I'm very curious to see what Leela 0 would do if we go back to the starting position here. Would Leela 0 actually be able to solve this position? Would Leela realize that this is winning for white? I don't know. It seems... I don't think so, but I would be very, very interested to see if that were the case. And if anybody watching this has access to Leela 0 at the moment, please just do check out if she manages to solve it, because that would just be completely fantastic if she managed to do it. Then we have this new generation of chess computers which are going to be so unbelievably strong. And it's quite clear already that Leela is probably the strongest engine around. But if she can solve positions like this, then it would just be completely amazing. I don't think there's anything more to add to this right now. I just wanted to show this study really. I think it's so beautiful and fun, actually. Like, you have all of this completely amazing idea, and black gets in 4 knights on the board at some point. It's completely insane. It's so weird of a position. It's just completely fantastic. But really, I don't have anything more to say. So if you're a chess player, I hope you tried to solve it, and I hope you got something out of this video. And if you're not a chess player, well, then what are you really doing with your life? I think that's all. Goodbye.